All right. Into round 6, we're going to enter this one going through. Hopefully to see kind of where it kind of stands out. For the majority of picks, we will see that coming off into this round into the game 5. Now, into this week, we are going to have, this week 2 to be the final week before we enter into patch for season 12. But a Mono Shayo first round pick here is kind of immaculate. No one chose like off banner picks and everything. And you're going to see tests off of Frostwist and Akame and X and Wang Liang looking to the Akko's play here for himself to kind of push back the Shayos into the future as well. And then test a pick from Exen. So that's a double down ban. And then off of that end, that means that we're gonna see Akko's until the final round. Kai Bao for the double round pick Zai for game 5. Wow, very strong, very strong. And now we're gonna see GG Shaw with the Akko's pick. He's thinking about it. AS chose Justina, and so it looks like Shaw locks it in. We're gonna go into the selection of skills. I see Kai Bao with V3. I'm going crazy. Nah, V2. Okay, that's all right. It's all right. But he does have F3 again. It really is crucial skill. If he can get it off in the right manner fashion against his right opponent. But this is T225's second Akko's game as well. So with him and Shaw and Exen rocking their second round picks, as well as Rano for his Shayo and XXY for his, we are going to get a good chance of seeing where these kind of players stand with their best picks here. AS's second game is Justina's too. So with that being said, let's get it rolling for this round. I kind of want to see these spawns out here. This is all Firefly spawns, so we have to keep in mind about that. So JJH is way out. Way out. Shipwreck Expanse. No one's near. No one is near him. It's kind of how GG Shaw, like how he used to spawn over into Ephemeros, and then how we saw XCG in Trios Finals Week just not being contested at all. Kind of funny. But meantime, this is solos. We're going to go into the Artisan's Grove JDG verse next to Wang Liang. We're going to see Wolves. Kai Bao next to T225, next to JL's AS, next to Alliance's Frostfist, next to TE's Jux, and 521's Akame. With that being said, what the heck? That's a lot of congruent spawns out there. And we're also going to see Arano next to Exen into the Sigma Mine. So Firefly spawns are there to the extent. GG Shaw really looking to try to get those Noble Cave Fireflies, and then JJH's XXY looking to try to get Shipwreck as a whole because no one's spawning there. But let's go into nighttime Morris map. We're gonna see Wolves Kai Bao find Jux here. F3 initiated, gonna avoid it. Jux is now ready for this 1-2-3, 1-2-3 horizontal clink. So we're gonna see Akame look for that V1. He gets it. He avoids Jux. Jux is actually the lowest health target here. So while he looks towards it, we're gonna see Akame look to get his target. R&B, kill steal. Obviously, he earned it because he uses his ultimate. He finds a Soul Bloom. He finds F1 usage. We're going to see whether or not Akame can get this R&B off. Dragon Slayer bait out. F3 confirmed. R&B does not confirm for that stagger, unfortunate for Kai Bao, but he does have ultimate. And around a couple of seconds, he's looking to try to farm this out. Gets a horizontal, nicely done. Doesn't look for the jump R. Doesn't look for the R&B. He looks for the jump LMB. I was thinking about the jump LMB at that point in time too, because I was like, yo, he's definitely going to roll out and double roll to try to get himself into neutral for you. But with the focus right there, that double jump bait out for the jump LMB, huge. Kai Bao gets his elimination in response. Now, Rano up against Exen. Rano holds the heck out of this horizontal, but he knows he couldn't even release it if he wanted to because he had a blue armor on standby here. And as Rano goes for this bow shot to the bow shot, this Forbidden Seal could be griefing out Exen more than he might think because he's the only one who can cast that 55% ult. As Rano tries to chase out Exen, Exen gets to the top of this compound, we're going to call it a compound, to kind of like work his way through, ringing around the Rosie. And, it just comes down towards that. Frostfist finds AS towards Sun Cave, and while he is going to look towards AS, Kai Bao is on the reciprocating sides of this fight. He could third-party the heck out of this with an F3, as long as he can find out who the lowest health target is. And this is really comes down towards how he can really initiate this third party. If Frostfist uses his F1, he's got 100% on ultimate, and there it is a chance for Kai Bao to try to find the armor selection. There he goes. He finds the armor. There's the V1. Kai Bao disenchants immediately. F3 confirms his F3, but he actually goes towards this hit, uses ultimate to confirm the damage coming off of the burn, and Frostfist tries to get this healed. He's definitely going to go for it, but guess what? That's a Zai, bro, and it comes out for the F3 to confirm the hits, and I like F3. I'm sorry. I'm a sucker for F3. If he uses V3, it's a whole different story. But the V2 burn is pretty substantial. Verse catches this infinite possibly off against GG Shaw off the terrain, and F2 to confirm the kill. Big chance for Verse to go ahead and save that Soblum, but you know, if no one passes through Noble Cave, like most people will, it's going to be an interesting case if it's still there. Now, an R&B from T225 gets a kill off of Rano, and he has an ultimate in response, even with the enchant to be somewhere there. But Exen looks towards and trying to get the high ground and finds this long sword, and immediately is just getting ran down upon by T225 in Akko's form. And he's trying not to burn his F1 here, right? T225 is doing a phenomenal job in actually keeping track of Exen and almost catching him. There it is. V2 is confirmed. F1's now available for Exen here. Pistol shot to the pistol shot. What seems to be like a measly 75 damage can do a long amount of damage in the end run. Clink to the clink. R&B gets avoided. Gets caught to the toothpick. There it is. Terrain advantage gives enough time for a kill for a swap for a great sword. Wow. Into a V1 into the zone. Wow. That's kind of immaculate coming out from Exen there. I got to be honest, because Exen really got his chance there to not only have the advantage of the terrain, but also to looking for a great sword swap that was available for him. Because great sword swap with the long sword is actually really, it's easier than the pole sword, by the way. But it's actually really strong here, and as Exen gets a downward spiral for the R&B there, knocks out T225 for his first life and save the Soblum for the Ramyang in the coming moments here. Not sure where this is ending up here, but Exen, you know, he's kind of like rushing down this point of like, could he get a pop-off game to allow for his placement to still stay at first, because Frostfist is still in second, even after a game last game. So it really just comes down towards what happens into this mid-game. And while GG Shaw is getting chased out in Zest Winery by XXY, remember, XXY was fully looted from Shipwreck because he was spawning there by himself. So not really going to have a problem with loot, theoretically, on paper, due to the amount of area that he was able to cover, but he is going to have his chance there to make it happen. Now Wang Ling gets his chance to repair instead of the Celestial. He jux outside the window, playing his favorite 80s song. The pieces are ready in the oven, you know, type of stuff. But he's going to have to, you know, he's going to lose track of him. I don't think he's going to look at the chase here, but I did see GG Shaw getting twin shotted by XXY. I don't like twin shot. Not twin shot, but I don't like the bounce shell effect towards twin shot, because that grease proximity. I mean, I know it says, oh, it gets towards the opponent. No, because if you're trying to like shoot a meteor and you hit the wall that they're behind, it will bounce away from them. Same in the case scenario. But hey, F1 from GG Shaw was immaculate as he catches XXY, but XXY forced to ult. Parry coming out here. No ultimate for GG Shaw, but he does have that mitigation to work in his favor here. And XXY, ooh, catches that V2, and he's going to actually try to catch his LMB, gets his R&B off, and that's going to be an ultimate cast. V2 gets caught, cannon shot, gets some healing back. V2 confirmed. Can he get it? Jux steals the kill from XXY. Soblum pickup is going to be onto XXY, and Jux just keeps the pressure on. And as he activates ults himself, you're going to see this is going to be a very scary fight for XXY here. He's going to have to really burn this one out here. There's the first dodge. Okay, second one is still available. He still have to burn 2 more. XXY is going to have to really look towards and not catching himself in a neutral position there. Just a scare rush to get himself out there. That's another 15 seconds left for Shio ult. He's got F2 to kind of force the second block if he wants to, but we're going to be looking at Jux getting 1 heal off and keeping the pressure. 10 seconds left. And then with this, XXY has enough time to back off here. Obviously, Jux is going to be looking to try to force him to hit him, but one move to the next, and there's no more Shio ult. And there's a slide uppercut. There's a slide uppercut. Jump LMB doesn't confirm it. You can see XXY actually dropping Jades as a result of his moveset. He uses F2, he avoids the musket shots because he's a G like that, and he's going to be going ahead, shooting the cannon shot, but Jux finds his... how did he hit the F2 first off? I got to look at that. Wow. Incredible. For Jux, though, he's going to go ahead and back off here as he saw that those range shots were coming in from Verse, from JDG, and JDG Verse is going to look at the body the remaining time. Luckily, XXY was right on the verge of losing his soul bloom. Soul form? Rebirth. Yeah, he was on the verge of losing his rebirth from that point on. And he died early on, which is good, you know, to that point. But he dropped Jades to make sure he can hold on to a certain Jade of his liking. So it comes down to that. And what I mean by that is that when you die, you can only get random Jades that are in your inventory. It does it by half ratio, so it's like half the Jades. So if you have 6 slots, you get 5, or you get 3 that are randomized. So you kind of want to drop those Jades in response of you getting eliminated, so that way you can keep the Jades that you really want to prefer keeping over when you res, and then come back into that fight with those Jades in hand. But in the meanwhile, we're gonna see Wolves Kaibao against Rano into the Rumyang. Of course, Kaibao goes to the sky. Looking to see what the F3 magic is gonna happen here. He avoids. Kaibao catches that stone form proc in midair and gets into the musket and the butt pistol shots. We're going to see this grapple strike, pistol shot to the pistol shot. Arano actually eating up a little bit of damage, but actually manages to strike this neutral F2 explosive armor proc Kaisuko for a shot here. This is where Zyg has a little bit of trouble against Shaios, because there's not really much that can be done here, even with the F3, right? Bow shot was clean. Like, that was it. Zai's biggest counter choice is Shaiyo. No questions about it. But the problem that comes out of it is that will we see V3 Zai's in solos because of this? Because I don't know, V3 Zai's can they have value, you know, kind of. I would be careful about that. Arano finds a Vermilion Burn Spine as well as about his Exen. AS loses his realm, so he's gonna pick up that soul that he got an elimination off of earlier, or actually. That wasn't his elimination. That was Kaibao's elimination. Oh no. This is tragic. The music was perfectly timed too. That's unfortunate for Kaibao though. So he now needs to find himself into a way. I mean that soul was in open position, so anyone can walk past it and see it and then pick it up, as opposed to being hidden away in a corner inside a building or something. Yeah, so Kaibao can't spawn here, so he goes straight towards CT25. He sees the bell's been struck. If he looks in that direction, he can actually see that, okay, bell's been hit, so this is recent. So someone's got to be in the vicinity, as they might have just spawned in here as well. So whether Kaibao wants to try to find out the hard way, he can do so. He does have kill leader position tied with the Verse for 3 eliminations. And it's actually kind of crazy to see Verse kind of climbing out at this point. Last round, he got MVP, and then this round, he still has 3 eliminations as being one of the top. So we still got 18 minutes to go and seeing about how this is going to end up here. But Kaibao gets chased down here from TT25. TT25 looking to try to go ahead and capitalize off this F1, try to be invulnerable to the F3 knockback. And then Kaibao uses his ultimate in response. And TT25 was just the amount of distance that he's looking towards. I think Kaibao is going to look for a midair F3 here to kind of push out TT25. Misses on the opportunity here. In the scare rush on the downward floor, you can see Kaibao being really aware of like trying to anticipate this. He catches TT25 off this ridge, and then there's going to be another V2 to be activated for an ultimate to push back his opponent. TT25 looking to try to lock this down. Now this is where Kaibao can have advantage here with F3. He gets counter grappled. I know that F3 kind of put itself to be canceled, and that's just a movement thing that comes out from using F3. That's one of the biggest caveats against using that ability. But he dodges the F2. Oh. Wait, hold on. Catch is caught. Oh, this is going to be a V2 kill. Right, bow shot to the bow shot. No armor swap. Nice armor swap. Nice armor swap. F1's initiated. T25 no longer in ult form. Kaibao is actually an advantage for HP right now, but for this is going to be an F3 to get avoided. T25 looking to try to think about whether or not he could go for a wraparound here for a scare rush. He has got 1:40. RMB's connected. Clink again. No, not going to happen. Kaibao dies out as Kaibao goes down. T25 finds his second elimination. Like the biggest counters to Kaibao as well is Akos, because V2 Akos can actually lock Zai out of her F1 or F3 state. Any of the F skills, any of the skills that she has, Akos can grab her out of it with V2 with the pounce. Now he's only got 2 pounces, right? But you know, at that point he can just really capitalize on forcing that F ability to come out and catching it. Now Verse versus XSY, they both use F2 to kind of negate one another's push, but XSY can die here from an RMB, from a burn, from a pistol pellet. Anything of the nature third party can come in here from AS. He's looking towards it. Jux finds the elimination here instead, finds the RMB from the fan, and tries to go for the soul bloom. He finds the manage to pick it up and pick up any of the gear that's left behind. Jux is going to go ahead and get his 3rd elimination to this round. That could have been Versus 4th elimination. But now we have 3 kill leaders with 3 eliminations each. Rano at the shop, buying out what he can, and hopefully he can chime in for his Aurora burst if he can try to accumulate that. But we're gonna go into Rumyang here. Stagnation period can be met out. Replay. Who won this? Did JO win this? I think AS won this, right? Nice horizontal. Ooh, scary horizontal. Okay, Scare Rush comes out here. Ground grapple gets almost content at horizontal again. Horizontals again. How many horizontal? How many blues? How many blues we rolling out here? Nice F1. Could go for the chase. The RMB gets has an abyssal aura into a free uppercut into a jump. Oh, bow shot to the bow shot. Okay, we out there. Wang Ling finds golden undies and then also velocity untold, maybe from outside the Realm Yang before and or after. So it's kind of like a magical setup for him, especially being with purple armor and now to a second Realm Yang against AS again. Now AS is not gonna have to worry about this weapon selection because my man got another abyssal aura proc available, so he can switch over to that if he wants to go for a free uppercut and LV like he did before. This just depends if AS can force the ultimate though, right? We'll have to see. Wait, that's not AS. That's T225. Bow shot to the bow shot. Nice F1. Wing Lang goes for the bow shots again. Another one. Velocity Untold. Iframe dodges it. Gets a velocity smack. Doesn't get himself to block this with a horizontal block extreme. He does, but like, try to go for a blue focus. Forces the ult from TT5. Dodges. Catches the V2. TT25 will look towards this, and Wang Ling uses ult in response, and as a result, we're going to see this chase come out here. The V2 avoids. TT25 has another V2 here to kind of capture him. Uppercut, grapple bump, R&B, that's it. Wang Ling is down. He closes his eyes. He's like, right? There's like this small time window that comes out from getting neutraled out. From that point, TT25 was able to find it, and he just saw with the, murderous intent, gets himself a gold Hong Sword, purple Hong Sword secondary, and most likely Mystic Might, right? Because he's trying to get eliminations. Verse gets a White Tiger's Prowess. So does CG5, so they're just going to be going for making sure and capturing enemies out with the sustain. Wang Liang, though, I don't think he has any soul bloom saved up. His only kill was in the Realm Yang. But what kind of crazy too is that Exen lost his Realm fight against KLA, or not KLA, against Verse from JDG. So Exen's really gonna have to really look towards and figuring out where his opponent is, or where they are. Can he allow for his kill to be made? Will they look to get third partied? And if they do get third partied, how much skills can he save until that third party comes out? Like how many times can he use his ultimate to not be at 0 percentile points? Like, but we know Exen got that kill off of TTG5 all the way out here. Will he die to zone? Oh, he's gonna die to zone, bro. Oh no. Maybe. I don't know. The weakness escalation is about to kick in around 15 seconds, so we're gonna have to see. Exen is oh man, that's a really far distance. I don't know if he's actually gonna be able to make it because zone's gonna be just the weakness escalation is gonna kick in within 300 meters. So hopefully he's just healing up as much as possible. There it is. It's gonna be weakness escalation. But in the meantime, Wang Liang gonna go up against Verse. As Verse goes for the cannons for the flame breath, we're gonna see Wang Liang just go ahead and in the high rise for this. Wang Liang gets his RMBs. He's gonna go through, and it looks like Exen makes it through, guys. Whew. Close call. But Wang Liang on the Celestial Temple, or the bridge. Aurora Burst to be revealed from T225. Now, this is where things get interesting. So, they're going to have to be very careful. They're going to be wanting to ambush that Akos. F2 comes out from Verse for a free uppercut, but an ultimate comes out to deny it, as Wang Liang kind of invests his V2 to continuously put that pressure onto Verse and keep this pounce move coming out here. This is Soul Bloom, guys. This is where things come out here. Wang Liang needs that Soul Bloom. F1 to push back T225. Avoids a Heartstopper. Not going to happen. Dragon Slayer is going to be revealed from the Nejos Might. Arano avoids that V2. Hits T225 instead. And then an F2 from Jux to kind of backline into this push. Arano going to be looking for a Scare Rush. Goes straight to the sky towards out the window. Gets himself right positioned into a spot of going right back into Exen as well as with Jux on the first floor. Now as Wang Liang looks to kind of distance himself away from this corner, we are going to see Exen having the momentum with the full 100% ultimate of pushing out to Arana's direction, but then instead looks towards these Jays like, yo, I needed that. What was that? Was that an Earthshaker? Was that a Soul Slash? He's deciding. Actually, we can find out right too. Is that 5 symbols? Okay, hold on. I can find this Jade. What did he pick up? What did he pick up? Because I'm curious in terms of what was left behind. There's a replay coming out here between Bauda's Exen versus Verse. This is where Verse actually won his Realm Yang, so that will be interesting as Exen loses like a majority of his armor. Big chances out here for those cannon shots from Verse. And as Exen actually has V1 here, we're going to see a V2 to be activated from Verse. So any shots that Exen tries to anticipate, he's going to have the iframe dodge. He avoids the first one, but gets hit by the second one. And now it's going to be a chance here. And see. Dodges the second one. Okay. Gets slid up. That's it. Bow. It's 3 slide uppercuts, bro. In a row. I'm trying to find that Jade that was picked up. Oh, it's a hard stopper kick. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's a hard stopper kick. Okay. Okay. Makes sense. 6 players alive. Wang Liang going to be going ahead and going to the shop here and just purchasing out. Trying to get as much as he can. He still has that Blissful Aura, though. So it just goes to show. TTG5, though, with that Aurora Burst. And then on top of that, he has Hepta Detach, if I'm not mistaken. Just to go over and making sure that's the case. That is Hepta. Actually, is that Hepta? Yeah, it's Hepta, yeah. So he has that on standby. If he has a longsword, which he does, common longsword, yeah, that's the reason why he's doing that. As TT25 kind of works his way through that, AS is going to be on top of the other tower. Jux is going to go ahead and having the Kabloon to be made. And while Jux kind of keeps his position in there, we're going to see Arano look towards this position to just, fear position of getting caught out. Because he's trying to get for 5 eliminations. If he gets 5 eliminations in this game, this would be good for him. Moonbane avoided by Exen. Morris Blessing still held on to. Wang Liang makes the mad dash and uses F1 in response to all the range shots he's taking. He loses all his armor. He loses most of his health. And now he's getting focused on to have to force to use ult, but it's too late. Wang Liang is like, yo, let me get that armor real quick. And he's getting pistol shotted. Slammed down. Grapple canceled. Pistol from Jux. That's it. Wang goes down. Jux gets 4th elimination. And of course, he is going to look towards and seeing about TTG5 because he's the only other person here who does have initiative of having a gold armor. So it's going to be blowing my mind when we get that 20% armor increase, bro. Yeah, it's going to be nuts. But, it is what it is. It's going to be interesting to see AS try to push, see about Jux's position of pushing because he's like, dog, there's a movement here. You sure you want to do that? He's got ultimate too. 1 elimination though. He's still trying to market his territory for the placements right now because his only opponent up against him is XXY, who's down, Akame, who's down, Wolf Kaibao, who's down, and it's like a 9-point difference between him and 9th. So 10.6 to be exact. But who's judging? Who's counting? I am. TT25's replay though into Romiang to the first. It's gonna be up against Exen. And now we know. TT25, I think he lost this one. No, he won this one. Nice parry from Mexen, actually. Beautiful parry from Mexen. No, TT25 not using ultimate because he wants to be able to make sure he can avoid this. And that was kind of the basis of it. Catches the V2. Doesn't avoid the enchant. And this is up to Exen to actually get this Dragon Slayer. That's actually going to be it. Yeah, wait. Why do we want TT25 position? We should be looking at the winner's position. Exen's going to have this gold pole sword, though. For keeps. Yo, Tessa pole sword. Too strong. Yeah, TG5 getting caught to this cannon. Not really what he's looking out for, but another Moonbane, the final Moonbane. A Valiant Challenger off of XXY. No, not XXY. Arano. XXY is down. He actually got eliminated right there. And hold on. TG5 in the ravine. Smack. Okay. Nothing to worry about. He's in the heart. He's near by the heart of it. Oh my gosh. Double rolls out. Exen can actually see him. Or Arano could see him into those walls. A Merciless Havoc comes out. Ooh, TT5 looking to kind of V2 off of Arano. Scare Rush isn't coming out. The F2 comes out. The F1. Arano now has no skill here, but he does have his ult active. And I don't know. TT5 can't really do anything about this. He can burn the blocks. Oh yeah, he can definitely burn the blocks. But the moment he goes into the sky, right, if he goes in jumps, it's going to be over him. Because Arano can catch the teleport. Wait, switch it up. Yeah, buddy, he's got another dodge. He has another block, I should say. TT25 is just trying to buy out time and trying to go for the shadow steps as fast as he can. Arano almost gets hit by that Moonbane and not going to have fear in his mind. V1 is confirmed. Arano gets locked down by Exen. Exen sees about this last block. And then we're going to see how much target selection comes out here to play. Let's see. The Kabloon comes out from Jux. A Mortal Defiance proc, and that's going to save Arano's life for a couple of seconds. Jux almost gets a parried. Merciless Havoc doesn't get parried. F2 to confirm the jump LB doesn't have it, and Jux is going to be looking for the backline position. The pistol shot's going to come out. The bow shot's going to come out. Arana going to have F2 readily available for him to just walk around here and fall down gracefully through the hole in this lesser bridge. And AS is just like, yo, bro, why aren't you targeting the guy who's like 1 HP? And he's like, man, I don't feel like it. Of course, Rano's going to have time to kind of go to this building to reset, but Exen is not going to allow that. He's going to go towards a second story. He's going to look down, try to see where these heals are happening. And Rano has advanced heal to proc out here, and it's going to work in his favor. But the F2's initiated, the F1 from Exen. AS trying to look for the confirmation of the chase, and keeping as much blue focus as safety netted for Arano right now is going to be his best way of surviving here. But armor is not going to be available for him there to pick up. If anything comes out from Arano, it's getting advanced heals to keep himself alive. And as Exen looks towards this, we're going to see this whole check for the horizontal, and Exen finally completes the mission of eliminating a target, Arano, and to making sure that chase was well worth it. Now the Soul Bloom's left in the zone. I'm not sure if anyone wants to go in the zone for the Soul Bloom, but it is there if TT25 wants to go in there. But TT25's supply game was not too great once he got smacked by the Moonbanes and then having to use his ultimate up against Exen. So, or not against Exen, but up against Arano. But the other thing about it is that, he's got Gold Hong Sword, he's got Roar Bursts, he's got the DPS check, like the control check as well. So he'll have a good time here. Kabaloom coming out from Jux. Horizontals being made. Scare Rush from Exen. R&Bs, huh? Just back to back. Oh, he's going to come for Scare Rushes here. Nice clink. F2 to kind of push him off. F1 to give Exen just enough time. Parry was clean. Musket. We've seen this happen. I'm getting deja vu with these shots, bro. Into the ravine as well. Catches Jux off of the Stagger. He could use ultimate to deny this push. Nice ultimate, or nice dashes from Jux as he's kind of back off here. Now everyone sees this. T225 actually hits that musket shot, and with it, we're gonna see our headshot Stagger, which is gonna force the proc as T225 gonna go ahead. Let's see if Jux kind of gets a safety net heal here, because I don't know if he still has the mark on T225. 50 meters is the range, and it's like a 15-second duration. Nice block. AS burns the second one. Jux doesn't look for the teleport here, so he's gonna have to force himself into the realm of Exen's demise. Exen is actually gonna be fighting on Jux though in the second story. So while that happens, or AS I should say, Jux is gonna be in the first floor. Exen and the AS are just like But TT25 is the real biggest threat here. Cannon off the ridge, they can't reach him, and the zone's right there, so they have to stick to the corner. And he just builds up this. He just builds up and ramps up this damage because of it. But also to the extent is that he has a Roar Burst. So the moment that one of them wants to walk out and he switches to his melee weapon and charges it out, he catches him. And he has Merciless Havoc. Okay. Listen, dog. I know you got the whole arsenal, but like, come on, the bakery can only be so much space. Only so much dough can be made in a day. But the only thing is that he is on the bottom floor. It's good that he is because he doesn't get launched off and get free musket shot like how Exen just did earlier. But we're gonna see this push here. AS up against Jux, and it looks like AS is gonna try to force Jux's hand for a very, very, very dire straight line push. Merciless Havoc comes out here. R&B is confirmed. AS gets his second elimination, gets his Soul Bloom, and he's looking to try to go ahead and just expect the unexpected of Merciless Havoc. Wow, who would have thought? He gets locked out here. Cannon shot from TT25, and looking at how this dash is going to confirm 2 freezes. No, just 1. Exen gets himself from 1 spot. TT25 looks to the sky and catches no uppercut, no opportunity. Another freeze. Not going to happen. I never freeze. And as AS kind of keeps himself propelled here, he's going to be going for placement as TT25 hides his ground. We know AS is not going to live for much longer because of zone damage, and this ridge is going to keep either one of these guys alive unless T225 dies here first. And he doesn't even get hit confirmation from Exen, and I'm not even sure who the MVP is in that round. Who the heck is the MVP of that round, man? I gotta watch that back. Who's the MVP? Word? Blessed. I mean, it wasn't a lot of points to be earned that match, but it is enough. 7.2 for that match for Bauda from Exen. 6.2 for KLA CT25 for being in the second place there, and then 3.4 for Wang. Frostbus drops down to 4th with that 0-point game this time, though. 4.9 for Verse there. Really good stuff from him. And DG Shaw with a 0, and then Obviously, you know, coming off this end with the MVP, gonna have to see those stats. 12k damage. Longsword is what he was using. Pole sword was his second, was his primary weapon. Like later down the road, he finds the hard stopper kick, but he never really uses it. We saw it coming out from Rana early on, but you know, kind of got eliminated off of this end. Ripple step and phantom step though, to be really crucial there. And Blue Moon 2s, you know to see it. And it's all smolder. But with that being said, that's the end of round 5. We're gonna get into round 6, the final round for day 1, week 2 for solos for NBPL Spring Split. I'll see you guys for 2024. I'll see you guys later. If you need some comments, suggestions, anything of that nature, let me know. And drop it down into the comments below, and I'll be there to read it and take it. And if you want to message me on Discord as well, do that too. All right. Well, with that, see you guys.